process, Bagheryan. Yeah. Uh, I'm a cybersecurity specialist at Softprom. Today, we will talk about the Teramind, the solution which is very famous on user activity monitoring and data loss prevention. So, in this class, we will see all the activities, and we can doing over control or over monitoring on all the company's employees. So let's go to check what we have. As you know, teleworking is just being routine things in whole the world after this pandemic started. So at the same time, many companies are very worry about some problem coming from remote working and so on. So the problems coming when some insider problem happening. So in this, we with this solution, we are controlling all the things coming through this remote working. So we are recording all the host which our employees are working even remotely. So we can control all the activities, even the time, time tracking and all these things happening with through the working time. They may be, for example, just bring you some example of this. For example, during a working day, you're working with social medias and surfing different things, and not working so productively, same as expected to do for the company. So we are limiting all of that. We are monitoring all of that, and we can see how much they worked productively in during the working day, working time, and we can measure it at the end of the day. Even we can prevent, for example, preventing the time for surfing some Facebook or something like that, or we can just prevent connecting to some malicious sites and so on. Teramind is a unique solution for monitoring and analyzing user activities, tracking employees' time, increasing work productivity, detecting insider threats, forensics, and data loss prevention. All of this in one platform. So we are doing it all in one, and this system implements some functional features that other similar tools lack, and we can really standing higher than our competitors here. So concerning the notification and automation as well, we are serving a powerful analytics and reporting features. Termite solution is uh, including on demand things that, for example, we are doing a lot of use cases. We have a lot of use cases, and we can manage special security for some special situations. So we are working on the behaviors as well. In this way, we can control all the anomalies, and we can just make the situation the way as we want. So the Teramind platform is just designed as you can see here. So we have in three platform our solution. We can deploy it on-prem. We can deploy it on private cloud and cloud. So for on-prem, it takes about 30 minutes maybe till 2 hours. It depends how advanced installation it is. So for private cloud, you can use your private Amazon cloud, and we can install it over there. So it takes a little bit the same as the on-prem, but it will be on the cloud. So the cloud version is just taking about maybe 10 minutes. So you're activating your subscription. So you are getting your subscription, activating your cloud. So you will have your agent and installing to your employee's computer and control all of the things. So we will go to the cloud version and you will see more. So for the licenses, we have two type of license based on platform. So it's on-prem and cloud. But in a basic way, we have Teramind Starter, we have Teramind UAM, and Teramind DLP variant. So with different features, we can separate these variants to each other. So for a starter, basically you are controlling the application activities and web applications, and some activity, and recording all of the activities, and tracking the users working time and so on. But for UAM, you will fully monitor and forensics and audit all the things, and you can make some policy for some specific behaviors and activities. For the DLP, you are going deep to the content of the files, and you are checking with not only activities but the content sharing between them. So in this way, you're taking care of the data loss. In additional, Teramind is providing enterprise license, which is preserved for some specific big projects, and they are very elastic with it. There are many use cases, as I said, and references. So we can share with you. It depends on the customer or the company you are just targeting. The industry of them, and we will share with you different use cases which Teramind providing. And I think we can go to the web and just see more in the profile, in the platform. So, any question till here? No? So, silence is a good sign. So, here we go. As you see, this is the live demo, which is free for everyone. You can go to teramind.co and check this by yourself as well. So this is the Teramind's dashboard. This is the Teramind's interface and how works. Okay, we have a question here. How works behavior style? Okay, we will come to this very soon. This is our dashboard. So on the dashboard, basically on the focus dashboard, you will see how many employees are active right now. So here you can see they are working, how much they when they started and how long they are working, the activities, how much they are active during it, and also here, yeah, you will see some spectrum of activity in all company. Okay, so at the moment you can come to each one of them and check all the things they are working. So here it is for time tracking and the alerts. So we are coming to this for after we are checking some policies. So we are making some policy for them, and if they violated, we can see this as an alert. So we are doing a snapshot on the hosts time by time, and we will check emails of this user, all the email transitions that they did, file transferring, online meetings, printing. For example, this is very nice feature here. Even you can, limiting about how many page they can print during a day. So in this way, we can control the waste of papers. So we can do even the keystrokes. So by the keystrokes, even we can control the key combination use as well. Another question. Yeah, for your question. So they are. So let me read this question. So it shows multiple endpoints using by user. For example, desktop, laptop, mobile device. Yeah, basically we are providing the license in different way. We can provide the license for based on users, based on computers. We can provide a license for terminals and different type of the type of license we are providing. So it depends how company need. So if I just got understand your question, this user, for example, if you're using, for example, the user base license, this user can connect to different computers from different computer. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We are collecting all of that under this user. If we are just researching and investigating of the activities of this user, so it's all the same for us. We are collecting all of this in one profile, in one page. So let's go to the next part. So this is network monitoring. This is a nice actually feature. So we can see all the network traffics happen here by the ports and so on. Let's go to monitoring. Teramind also providing the OCR. So on OCR, we are making CV all the page, indexing it, and keep it in the database. Then synchronizing this with all time sync with the master server, Teramind server. So in this way, yeah. Actually, this is very nice feature here. You can use regex as well. Okay. So, for example, let's write this one word chat. For example, see, we found it because the word was there. So in this way, we are coming to the place and we will see the page where they use that word. Okay, or we can take a look on the video. All the events in Teramind are getting recorded. Everything. So as you see, we are coming to the record. This is the play which just Teramind providing natively. So from here, you can see the notifications, you can see the activities, and if you tagged this kind of activity, you will see the tag. If not, you can add a new one. Okay, so let's go to this user. Now, we saw something on this user. We want to go to this computer right now. So now we came live. We came to the live session with this guy. Let me just make it a little bit. Okay. So now we are just watching function computer real time, in a real time. So we will see, sorry, here it is. Now we can see all the notifications right at the time. Okay, so now see, the time is the same as we are getting notifications. We are doing checking activities. The guy just opened the Winboard, as you can see, and even we can go to historical activities as well. We can go back and check something there from here by the record. So there are some other useful features here, very interesting. We can do Control Alt Delete. We can freeze the computer from here by pushing this button. The mouse and keyboard and all the input things on this computer is getting freeze. Then pushing this remote control. After we are doing this, we can control the computer remotely. And at the end, when we saw, for example, something here, we can do capture, taking a screenshot like this. If we saw some incident, or we are coming to some, for example, some violation, and we are just downloading this record. Now it is demo and it is not possible to do. So we have another question. How is activity for applications calculated? Is time for activity only counts when application windows is... Actually, we are doing some smart things here. So if they use, for example, if we are just counting using of Microsoft Excel as a productive thing, it doesn't matter that, you know, they opened the Excel, they counted it, and Teramind will measure this as a productive activity, and they can open it and going idle for example, 3 hours, and we are measuring 3 hour working time for this guy. No, we are counting idle things as well. And in parallel, we can make some anomaly behavior policies. So we will come to this right now. You will see that. So you are, you guys very hurry to see everything. So let's go to policies first, maybe. So in policies, first behavior and anomaly maybe. So anomaly behavior. In anomaly behavior, as I told you, we have some policies. We have different things. I don't know. For let me make some application. I don't know. Yeah, for example. Okay, we are checking something uh, that, for example, our head of department just for a head of department for finance department, for example, they are just putting using of some CRM, I don't know, some um, financial application as a productive, but they want to know as well the guy is really working with that or not during a day working time. So we made that rule. We are classifying that activity as a productive. I will show you later how. And we have to keep these rules in parallel if we are going to restrictly controlling everything. In this way, even we can tag that kind of as activity, and we are assigning this to some department or specific users, and rule is triggering time C, or we are checking this for being idle. If they got idle, they will get notified. Or we are doing this kind of things. Okay? So we can count it at the end of the day. Am I answered your question? I think it was what you were concerning. Um, let's go to some policy. Teramind will provide you lot of lots of policies. By default, you have pre-packed policies, and you can just duplicate it and use it. Just making copy of them, export, import, every way. All the way we have for example, we can export it, then import it as a new name, and so on. So more things. Actually, we are covering all the GDPR compliance and HIPAA, health insurance, and all the standards like PCI DSS and so on. So we are covering all of these standards, and you can use it. And if you want to see some use cases, you will see that we are covering with all the standards, and it is mentioned on use cases. So for example, now I can show you some. Let's go to this PCI DSS GDPR, for example. So we can check, for example, something like detect confidential IP or protect CPR number. Okay, so we have this, and as you can see, it is created already by regex. The same way, if you have some specific situation about some specific confidential data which you have in some confidential place, you can restrict it to getting detect by using of the regex. You can go to the content. This is the feature of the DLP. So you can go to the content sharing and keep these two features together. So you are just checking this, and you are just preventing to send it by mail. So these are the content. Writing the file from external drives and email it outgoing. So in this way, we are coming to the actions that we can do on this. You can just send a message as a warning to the guy after this activity. You can block it, and also, this is my favorite, you can just mention a command here So the command will get run. For example, you can kill the task. You can send the host to restart. So, okay, there is another question here. Policies works on files on local computer or when user is trying to send it or write or unknown media. So actually the file type is in your hand. If you're going to some file content, you can use, you can write it there that, if you have regex, you can handle it. It doesn't matter what kind of extension they have. And trying to send, yeah, so this rule is combined. You can catch them on each act. So we, for example, in this GDPR policy, we combined two things together to check it out. So we are just warning it. If you want to go some restricted thing, for example, I will show you something better about some files maybe. So it has to be here, somewhere here. Hold on. For example, system host file edited. So we are coming to the some strict rule. We are coming to block write with this path. Right? So in this way, we can block them to not modifying the host file. And the same way for all the files. Let's go to one more policy, then passing to user management. So this is what we are using to preventing the data loss to some flash disk or external drives. With the same way, you can add different things, the file path, the program name, and so on. Okay? So let's go to employees. First of all, let's go to show how to deploy this is not on-prem. Okay, so we are installing the agent on different computers. Once they install this on their computer, actually I have on-prem. Just let me open it in the meantime. I can show you on-prem as well. I think it would be interesting for you guys. So once the computers are getting just online after the installation of the agent, they will appear here and they will get start with monitoring. So from here, as I shown you just a couple of minutes ago, you can go through the user. The same way you can go through the host as well. This computer is empty. No. For example, this. Checking this computer with all the activities, emailing, file transferring, network, and taking the snapshot of the computer they have on the computer. So hold on. Yeah. So this is demo. Sorry about that. So it's taking a little bit long. Okay, this one is interesting. Yeah, this is what you asked before. So different users are get connected on this computer. You can see here. It is not just restricted to one user. So we came to host. We have different user activities here. Each one separated, and for each one, you have the record. Okay. So let's come to see what kind of monitorings we have. These are our monitoring tools here. So you can duplicate it and make your own. So for screen recording, first of all, screen recording. So with this, we are managing recording of the screen. It doesn't matter, how many screen they have. They can for example, they can have 3 monitors. It doesn't matter. All the monitors are getting recorded by all activities, with all activities. So we can manage it from here. We can add different languages, which is supported by Teramind. And after this, we are covering the OCR as well on that. We can limiting our for example, we can make sufficient our storage with quality of the record. For example, we can use grayscale with 70%. So it's practice. It is one of the best practice which we are using. Most of the customer are using. So even we can check the frame. Even we can manage here, how many days records have to be stay on the database as well. And also scheduling the recording, so we can stop recording on weekend. We have audio recording. So for audio, we are in a real time. We can hear the computer voice in a real time. And also, if they are using some online meeting, voice are getting recorded with it. So we will have the record included with voice and image. And applications, websites, emails. So there is some interesting thing here that, for example, in email, you can save the attachment as well. Even you can choose outgoing attachment or incoming attachment. You will have all of this capturing all the packet in Teramind, and you will reference it as an evidence. And the keystroke, for example. Actually, there is some interesting things which most of the customers are worried about that on websites. So on website, we can stop using of keystroking. For example, maybe they are writing their password. So based on the company's policy, you are not allowed to record their password as well. So in this way, you can stop the keystroking on even some specific sites. Okay, and also offline recording. So let's consider the user. Let's consider that there is some insider in company that doing some insider attack. Who knows what he can do? So the guy just cutting off the Ethernet for a while, doing something, then put it back. So during this time, we are recording all along. We can keep a recording for 24-hour offline, even we are not online. We are putting this in the host. Once the host coming online, we are sending it to the database, to the master database. So I think we are finished with this. Let's come to some management things. So we can make different department and we can add different user in some separated department. So we can manage department by department, and we can just separating all the activities, and we can make some difference between productive things, for example, for financial department and IT department. For example, in a financial department, some financial applications are very important and counting as productive things, but for IT, it is not. For IT, they are working on networking structures, for example, and those are productive. We are separating these from each other. And the productivities. One thing I missed here is, as you remember, we added some risk with anomaly things which are shown. We can calculate all together and bring it here. Even on some policies, we can add something in advance. Let me show you this one as well, and I think we are coming to finish this presentation. I'm ready for answer all your questions. So here it is. Adding threshold. We are doing how frequently they doing the violation, then doing something on that. So we are doing it as doing it with in advance as well for doing some activity on some violation. So all of that, all of the violations, alerts, and some anomalies come together and make our risk dashboard. And from here, you can see who is the most risky one here. At the end, the Teramind solution is very compatible with SIEM products. I will show you with on-prem one right now. Okay. Here we go. So this is the integration way. we can integrate this solution with SIEMs and project managers. And also we have web API compatible with REST and different languages. And you can connect with the web API to this computer, to this solution, and doing different kind of activities. Depends on your CRM or I don't know, project managers or and so on. So for SIEM, for example, let's just use, for example, McAfee SIEM. So you're coming to this using this IP 14, and here we go. This is one of the big advantages which we have in Teramind. So in this solution, you are able to edit your custom logs, which you are sending this through syslog. So by this, you can make your specific parser, some custom parser in your target syslogger for SIEM product. So this is very helpful here and very useful to make the individual parser. This is very nice. So one more thing is the deployment. So for deployment, you can have the file separately. You can send with command. You can add it to your GPO or some kind of antivirus which you have and send it through that. And also you can use remote installation. So from this, if you added your Active Directory to this computer, you will see to this to Teramind server, you will see the computers, and you can add them or not, or otherwise you can write some IP address here and send it to this, or make it by range, send to all of these computers. So we can install it remotely in two ways. We can actually, the agent type is two types. So one is hidden, stealth mode, and another is revealed. So revealed is very interesting to use when you are when the company is interested to make some task and give permission to the company, to the employee to stop and start it manually. For example, he's going to smoke, he's going to have a break time, tea, coffee, something. So he's stopping the agent, going, and once he come back, he's starting. So the benefit of this is, we are giving the chance to the user to showing his productivity during a day. So in another hand, we have also the sales mode that they don't know what we are doing. So we are doing this for those guys, for example, for guys who's working remotely. So we will see when they checked in, when they checked out, when they started to work, when they stopped, and how long they have been idled, and so on. So there are two ways to deploying remotely. One is by PowerShell execution. Another is WMI. So from here, you're mentioning the credential of the user, which is a privileged user and have permission to install remotely by the Active Directory or domain controller, and writing the server IP address or the DNS name, the host name, by the DNS name. Okay, so then you will doing the deploy. It's going to the computer and getting installed. The other thing important here is you have to keep in your mind to, where is it? Where is the file? Yeah. So you have to exclude this from your antivirus, the company's antivirus. So just for your information, Teramind agent is excluded by Microsoft as well now. So Microsoft Defender will not see the activity coming from this agent as a malicious one. Some kind of antiviruses can see this the activity of this agent as a malicious activity because there are some keylogger things. These are so similar activity. That's why you have to be so careful about this. You have to make this kind of, it is written here for different kind of, the famous, I can say, antiviruses. You can give exclusion for excluding different in different antivirus system, and then install it. Before the installation, you have to make this exclude things. So this is it. If you have some question, I'm ready to answer. Magda?
Jeżeli nie ma więcej pytań, w takim razie dziękujemy serdecznie za Państwa czas. Nagranie zostanie także przesłane do wszystkich uczestników drogą mailową. Dziękujemy.